sky, the flames they rise. Omega camp burns beneath the crimson eyes. Ammunition sings its deadly tune. Explosions dance beneath the moon.
Echoes of Omega, loud and clear. Two souls lost, we shed a tear. Firefighters brave, they fought the night. Now their memory shines so bright. Sirens wail, the ground
Secure.
shakes.
Secure.
Chaos reigns, the earth awaits. 1988, the year it fell. Chagaramas knew that fiery hell. Bushfire sparked a deadly chain. Ammo stacks like hurricanes. Soldiers stood but couldn't flee, trapped inside the tragedy. The ground still whispers soft and low of heroes lost in flames and woe. Their names etched in the smoke and air. A moment frozen, none can spare. Echoes of Omega, loud and clear. Two souls lost, we shed a tear. Firefighters brave.
Now hear this. Clear lower decks. Clear lower decks. All hands to muster in front of the armory, dressed in number 5s now. Camp Omega has just blown up. Muster in front of the armory now.
It was a very sunny day on April 26, 1988. The temperature was approximately 42 degrees Celsius, which is 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The Coast Guard station secured for the day at 1500 hours. Liberty time was 15:20 hours. At exactly 15:10 hours, we all ran outside the dormitory and looked up at the sky above the mountains behind the dorm. A bomb of gigantic proportion had exploded. Birds were flying crazy. Debris and huge rocks competed with the birds as a very thick cloud of dust occupied the skies. The incident began when a bush fire started near Camp Omega, a military training site in Chagaramas, Trinidad, 7 miles northwest of Port of Spain, the capital of Trinidad. The fire posed a serious threat to a makeshift bunker, where explosives and detonators was stored with no sprinkler systems. As we mustered to board the bus, young sailors as myself were briefed by the gunnery chief, Chief Petty Officer Melville, that when we get to ground zero, if we should see any unexploded ordnance, it must be handled by an armorer. The Coast Guard's ambulance can be seen and heard speeding to Camp Omega, driven by our medic, Petty Officer Archie, aka The Wheel. When he arrived, his first order of business was to put back together the body parts of Lieutenant Waldron. His 9mm Browning pistol was found in his abdomen. The lieutenant was one of 2 soldiers in a jeep and 4 firefighters on a fire truck that were killed when the explosion hurled their vehicles 650 feet in the air.
Bushfire sparked a deadly chain. Ammo stacks like hurricanes. Soldiers stood but couldn't flee, trapped inside the tragedy. The ground still whispers soft and low of heroes lost in flames and woe.
We, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, arrived at Ground Zero first. Visibility was very poor. When we got there, we found Able Seaman Persard, aka Shellshock, because of his presence in the blast, walking around all dazed, eardrums ringing. He was immediately rushed to the General Hospital. We felt like if we were in a war zone, everything was gone. The 4-foot thick building walls, the bushes, the trees, the grass on the ground, everything was missing in action. Able Seaman Williams, who worked with Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard Air Wing, was riding on the resting plate of the helicopter, directing the pilot, because visibility was very poor.
sky, the flames they rise. Omega camp burns beneath the crimson eyes. Ammunition sings.
We immediately started putting body parts back together to make up complete bodies. Camp Omega was turned into a war zone. The smell of death was everywhere. The Omega building had 4-foot thick walls. It went down 4 floors beneath the ground. The last floor had a tunnel, which connected all the way to Heart's Cut Bay, also known as Small Boats. This tunnel was used in World War II to hide submarines, which was guided in by the Omega station. This building was used as an ammunition bunker to store explosives and detonators used for quarrying without a sprinkler system.
Chaos wins, the earth awaits. 1988, the year it fell. Chagaramas knew that fiery hell.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Commander Nolly Rimple. In 1988, I was the spokesman for the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. A mountain bush fire torched off commercial explosives at the Omega Trinidad Army Camp bunker in a roaring blast that injured 20 and killed 2 soldiers and 4 firefighters. Today we honor our fallen, lest we forget. Soldiers, number 85 Lieutenant Gerald Waldron. Number 4097 Lance Corporal Nazim Ali. Firefighters, number 1474 Fire Sub Officer Lee Jordan. Number 1430 Firefighter Earl Moore. Number 1299 Firefighter Kenny Ligerwood. Number 287 Auxiliary Firefighter Hardy O'Navia. May their souls sleep in heavenly peace.
Credits: Trinidad Tobago Defense Force, Trinidad Tobago Coast Guard, Trinidad Tobago Regiment, Trinidad Tobago Fire Department. Music: The Last Post by Sergeant Cody Lynn Williams. Theme song: Omega Inferno 88 AI generated.
Smoke fills the sky, the flames they rise. Omega camp burns beneath the crimson eyes. Ammunition sings its deadly tune. Explosions dance beneath the moon.
Echoes of Omega loud.
The explosion was the worst in the history of a Trinidad and Tobago Army facility. It was so significant it registered on the Richter scale.